What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here, aka Big D. It's time to review Z Nation Season 2, Episode 4, titled Batch 47. This is a spoiler review. If you have not seen the episode, go to sci-fi.com/ZNation, watch the full episode there. Thanks so much for joining me. Real quick, a YouTuber that I follow, and I guess this is a little shout out, he appeared in this episode, man. I remember when he said that he was filming and everything, and now, well, Mr. Betty Kruger, I believe it's Mr. Betty Kruger, Mr. What is it, Patrick Ferguson, Robert Patrick Ferguson, one of those way he talks like this. Oh, very good, Irishman up in here. I mean, he's Mr. Betty Kruger, man. He came out in here. I saw you, man. I saw a few parts of you like that. I'm not saying anything about. I'm saying like, oh, you were like that, and I was like, there he is, dude. Like, he didn't have no lines though. I was kind of like, well, at least he appeared. That was cool. He looked like the back bodyguard, so it was really cool. I'm like, tell YouTuber on he was on Z Nation. That was amazing, dude. So congrats. Anyway, spoiler review, like I said. Make sure you see the episode. 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you my pros and cons and final score. Let's get right to it, shall we? First off, Murphy and his co-team, Cassandra and them, arrive at the greenhouse. People are inside and, well, they're dying. People are dying in there. Murphy shows off his talents to this man, you know, Ye of Little Faith, this doctor. And the evil doctor guy's there, Crane. He's there and he's like burned, you know, because, you know, he jumped in the refrigerator and everything, and he's badly burned. Warren and the group arrive as well, and they save someone. Murphy is inside the greenhouse and he's searching again. He grabs the Batch 47, and the two angry groups, they get reunited, man. They're both angry and they are all reunited. And we find out 47 works, Batch 47, you know, age 47. 47 works, the batch, and it sticks like the thing up the zombie's nose, and it actually worked. I was like, oh, are we going George Romero up in here? Is that what we're doing? When I think that was George Romero movie when he grabs the mic and he's like on the police radio. Oh, was that what he needed? Anyway, so there's a fight going on. They get separated. Murphy and Crane are talking, and he's like, "You will inherit the earth." So El Scorpion arrives, which is Emilio Rivera. I met the man at Comic-Con. I'll do a separate video. I'm going to do a separate video series on meeting people at Comic-Con and do stories on how I met and how it was. So, but still, Emilio Rivera, man, El Scorpion arrives. And they test 47 on the guy who actually, like, helped made it. So he dies, he becomes a zombie. Citizen Z gives Addie the longitude, whatever it's called, locations for the California place. So El Scorpion captures Crane. He's gonna burn the greenhouse down. He gets all the Z-weed he can. Murphy tries to save 47, and he tries to save the zombie that's connected to it, all like covered in grass and Z-weed and everything. So he ends up running. 47, the zombie tries to kill him. So the fan chops it up. They end up escaping the group. You know, long story short, they're driving, and there was a side story where this kid was sick. She ended up dying. Very sad. And Serena is on the road. Murphy's baby mama, she's on the road, man. They're going down south, and they pick up, and the baby moves. So she's like, "Is that Daddy? Is that Daddy right there? I think it's Daddy." And he's like, "Hey." And like the baby's face is like, "Rah!" And they're like, "Ah!" And she's like, "Ha ha 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 ha." What do I think about Z Nation, guys? What do I think about this episode overall? First off, let me give you the pros. First off, I get everything first off a lot. Murphy's reaction to everything in this episode is priceless. I love Murphy. Keith Allen is fantastic in here. He makes me laugh so much, and just the look and all that's very, very fine. I loved his reaction when Serena, he's like, "Oh, what are you gonna pick her up? You gonna pick her up? Really? Keep on driving. You know, he's like, hey, I just love that dude. He's so funny and so comedic. I love the ending, the baby thing and all that. Good way to end the episode. Keep your tease for next week as well. The zombies in here, the practical effects, the way that they look. Every week there's some sort of new zombie in here. Now it was the Z-weed covered plant zombies, and that was really interesting, man. A really interesting take on what the apocalypse could bring. and just the way they dynamic, the way they move. One had like a plan around it coming out of its eye hole, and imagine where other holes are coming out of vines and everything. I mean, come on now. Crane. I'm glad we saw Crane, because I was like, you know what, that guy was stupid in season 1. Now that he's back, he's actually very more interesting, and now he has a burn half Freddy Krueger face, so it's interesting to see where we're going to see Crane, whether he's going to die early on in the season or he's going to last to the end. We'll see what goes on. El Scorpion, man. Emilio Rivera, I'm glad he actually talked. I'm glad he didn't die, at least from what I remember of this episode. He didn't die. El Scorpion will return. Emilio Rivera is kind of like the main villain of this season, besides the zombies, I guess you could say. But that's really cool, man. I'm glad that they showed him and he actually talked, and he was pretty badass. Always just talking, and he's like, well, why don't we test it out? We should probably test it out, shouldn't we, on humans? Wait. It's not meant, and it is totally, I mean, it was pretty crazy. So, again, El Scorpion, I think we should be able to fear him. The whole Batch 47 idea, the whole, all that idea was perfect. I definitely was interested in that storyline, so that was nice. When they were testing and everything, literally that zombie exploded. He's like, all that, again, like the effects there. So all that's fine, man. All that was fine. The only really cons I have is the action in here. The lack of action. Last week was a full non-stop Mad Max homage episode called Zombie Road. That action was fantastic. This action, it was just okay. It was okay action. None of this action really was like, oh my god, mind-blowing, not literally. It was just kind of, like the action didn't top last week, or it didn't top the week before, or the week after. So the action in here kind of just lacked a little bit. You want to see some great action here. It's kind of just like, the story was good, but the action was just meh. So you want to see a little bit more better action. The zombie, what's it called? Excuse me. Zombie cut up, the way it was filmed when the vines, it was so like, film it going back, and then film the vines going, and like, it was just the way it was edited. I didn't really enjoy that per se. I guess you could tell it was so fake, and the way they filmed it and everything. Obviously it has to be fake, but it's not like it's a running high budget, but still, it was like, I don't like that. It's so obvious though. And why not offer help to the girl that died? Like, crunch on the leaves, man. Why didn't you say, hey, now that you lost her, why don't you come on the road with us? We're going to go save humanity. Oh, you're not going to even offer me a ride? Like, they never even offered her a ride. Or the girl, what happens if the girl survives after chewing that thing of Batch 47? What happens? Maybe she survives. You don't offer them a ride? Good luck. You have room, don't lie. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give this Z Nation episode, Season 2, Episode 4, Batch 47, a solid B, secondarily a B-. It's a good episode overall. I enjoyed last week's episode a little bit more, man. It was just a little bit more high action. But this episode itself, the story was fine. Emilio Rivera in here is a badass. The plot itself and just seeing the characters working together, fighting these plant zombies were interesting enough. But then again, the action, the way that it was handled, and as well as what I said of the cons, the whole, I'm already forgetting, the way it was cut, sometimes the action, the editing up in there. So other than that, I'm glad that Crane is back. I'm glad that we get to see a little bit more of that. So we'll see next week what goes down and what's going to go on with these Amish sort of zombies, because they have a little Amish vibe up in there. There's a baby on board. Until next time, let us spot be with you. Always.